So I decided to take a look at individual salvation, blessings and curses, versus household salvation, blessings and curses. So we have Exodus 32:33, and Yah said unto Moses, whoever hath sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book. Jeremiah 31, in those days they shall no more say, the fathers have eaten a sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on edge, but every one shall die for his own iniquity. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. Deuteronomy 24, the fathers shall not be put to death for the children, neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sins. And 2 Kings 14 is just re-quoting that. The king had the opportunity to eliminate the whole household, and he just decided not to do that because of what was written in the law of Moses. So those are the verses on individual salvation. There may be more, but surprisingly, those are the only ones I found. But yeah, there obviously could be many more. So we have household salvation blessings. Genesis 6, but with thee, Noah, will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wives and thy sons' wives with thee. So they were saved because of Noah's righteousness. Genesis 12, and I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curse thee. And in you, Abraham, shall all families of the earth be blessed. So we all receive a blessing because of Abraham. Genesis 17, and I will make thee exceeding fruitful, and will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in their generations for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee and to thy seed after thee. And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan for an everlasting possession, and I will be their God, your seed's God. Genesis 17, and I will bless her, and give thee a son of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations, and kings of people shall be of her. Also, Genesis 17, and as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation, all because I have heard thee. Genesis 18, and he said, O let not Yah be angry, and I will speak yet but this once. Peradventure 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. So Yah was willing to save all of the unrighteous simply for the sake of 10 righteous, at the request of Abraham. Kind of like a double household blessing there. Genesis 19, and the men said unto Lot, Hast thou any here besides, son-in-laws, and thy sons, and thy daughters? And whoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. So it seems like they're being saved for Lot's sake. But really, Genesis 19 later, and it came to pass, when God had destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham, and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow. And he overthrew the cities in which Lot dwelt. So Lot was saved because of Abraham, and Lot's family had the opportunity to be saved because of Lot. So again, a double household blessing. Genesis 20. And unto Sarah he said, Behold, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he, Abraham, is to thee a covering of the eyes unto all that are with thee, and with all other, and thus she was reproved. Genesis 21. And also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed. Blessing is passed down. Genesis 26. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed will I give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice, and kept my charge, my statutes, my commands, and my laws. All because of Abraham, the blessing gets passed down. Genesis 30. And Laban said unto him, I pray thee, if I have found favor in thine eyes, tarry, for I have learned by experience that Yah has blessed me for thy sake. And then Jacob says, For it was little which thou hadst before I came, and it has now increased into a multitude, and Yah has blessed thee since my coming. And now when shall I provide for mine own house also? So Laban's house was getting blessed because Jacob was there. Genesis 39. And it came to pass, from the time that he had made him overseer in his house, over all that he had, that Yah blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of Yah was upon all that he, the Egyptian, had in the house and in the field. Exodus 2. And God heard their groaning, the children of Israel. And God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and had respect unto them, because of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Exodus 12. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take unto them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. Every man a lamb for an house, synonymous. Also Exodus 12. And the blood shall be for you a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. That ye shall say, It is a sacrifice of Yah's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed their heads and worshipped. So as I read this, it doesn't matter who was in the house, as long as the house had the blood on the doorposts. So they could have called in murderous Egyptians. Pharaoh could have entered one of the houses. I mean, his heart was hardened, so he wouldn't have. But in theory, he could have, and they would have been passed over, simply because the house had the blood. Exodus 17. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. So Moses had control over the blessing. Exodus 32. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses said unto the people, Ye have sinned a great sin, and now I will go up to Yah. Peradventure I shall make an atonement for your sin. So we see this idea throughout the Bible of atoning for another person's sin. It's not just Yeshua. We see here Moses did it, and he was accepted. Leviticus 10. Wherefore have ye not eaten the sin offering in the holy place, seeing it is most holy? And God hath given it unto you to bear the iniquity of the congregation, to make atonement for them before Yah. Leviticus 16. And he shall make an atonement for the holy place, because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel, and because of their transgressions and all their sins. And so shall he do for the tabernacle of the congregation, that remaineth among them in the midst of their uncleanness. And there shall be no man in the tabernacle of the congregation, when he goeth in to make an atonement in the holy place, until he come out and have made an atonement for himself, and for his household, and for all the congregation of Israel. So that fell onto one person's shoulders for the entire congregation. He was essentially the head of the household, the head of the congregation. Leviticus 16. For on that day shall the priest make an atonement for you, to cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before Yah. Leviticus 16. And he shall make an atonement for the holy sanctuary, and he shall make an atonement for the tabernacle of the congregation, and for the altar, and he shall make an atonement for the priests, and for all the people of the congregation. Leviticus 22. If the priest's daughter also be married unto a stranger, she may not eat of an offering of the holy thing. She now belongs to the stranger's household. But if the priest's daughter be widowed or divorced and have no child, because that child would still belong to the stranger's household, and is returned unto her father's house, as in her youth, she shall eat of her father's meat, but there shall no stranger eat thereof. Leviticus 26. And if they shall confess their iniquity, and the iniquity of their fathers, with their trespass which they have trespassed against me, and that also they have walked contrary to me, ... So not only their iniquity, but also the iniquity of their fathers, the house that they belong to. Deuteronomy 1. Save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, he shall see it, and to him will I give the land that he hath trodden upon, and to his children, because he has wholly followed Yah. So the children get the blessing because Caleb followed Yah. Joshua 6. And the city shall be accursed, even it, and all that are therein, to Yah. Only Rahab the harlot shall live, she and all that are with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that were sent. And the young men that were spies went in and brought Rahab and her father and her mother and her brethren and all that she had, and they brought out all her kindred and left them without the camp of Israel. And Joshua saved Rahab the harlot alive and her father's household, and all that she had, and she dwelt in Israel even unto this day, because she hid the messengers which Joshua sent out to spy Jericho. 2 Samuel 6. And the ark of Yah continued in the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite 3 months, and Yah blessed Obed-Edom and all his household. 1 Kings 15. Nevertheless, for David's sake did Yah his God give him a lamp in Jerusalem, to set up his son after him, and to establish Jerusalem. Because David did that which was right in the eyes of Yah, and turned not aside from anything that he commanded him all the days of his life, save only in the matter of Uriah the Hittite. 2 Kings 8. And Yah would not destroy Judah for David his servant's sake, as he promised him to give him a light always, and to his children. 2 Kings 10. And Yah said unto Jehu, because thou hast done well in executing that which is right in mine eyes, and hast done unto the house of Ahab according to all that was in mine heart, thy children to the 4th generation shall sit upon the throne of Israel. 2 Kings 13. And Yah was gracious unto them, and had compassions on them, and had respect unto them, because of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and would not destroy them, neither cast he them from his presence as yet, though they deserved it. Because of Abraham, you're going to get a pass. 2 Kings 19. For I will defend this city to save it, for mine own name's sake, and for my servant David's sake. So Yah is the head of the household of Israel. So for his sake the blessing passes to the rest of us. 2 Kings 20. And I will add unto thy days 15 years, and I will deliver thee and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria. And I will defend this city for mine own sake, and for my servant David's sake. 2 Chronicles 30. For multitude of the people, even many of Ephraim and Manasseh and Issachar and Zebulun, had not cleansed themselves, yet they did eat the Passover otherwise than it was written. But Hezekiah prayed for them, saying, The good Lord pardon every one that prepareth his heart to seek God and the God of his fathers, though he be not cleansed according to the purification of the sanctuary. And Yah hearkened to Hezekiah the king, the head of the house, and healed the people. And healed the people, right? So they were infirm. If Hezekiah hadn't prayed, because they had broken the law and had eaten the Passover otherwise than it commanded, they were already being plagued. But because Hezekiah prayed for them, Yah healed the people. Job 1. Hast thou not made an hedge about him, Job, and about his house, and all that he has on every side, and hast blessed the works of his hands, and his substance is increased on the land? Yah says, Therefore take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourself a burnt offering, and my servant Job shall pray for you. For him will I accept, lest I deal with you after your folly, and that ye have not spoken of me the thing which is right, like my servant Job. So Eliphaz the Temite, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite went and did according as Yah commanded them. Yah also accepted Job. Psalm 106. Nevertheless he saved them for his name's sake, that he might make his mighty power to be known. Psalm 106. Therefore he said that he would destroy them, had not Moses, his chosen, stood before him in the breach, to turn away his wrath, lest he should destroy them. Jeremiah 5. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it, the city. So Sodom could have been saved for 10, Jerusalem could have been saved for 1. Just one righteous person would have delivered the entire city. That's a household blessing as far as I'm concerned. Ezekiel 36. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, Thus saith Yah, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went. Matthew 8. And when Jesus had entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion, beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Jesus said unto the centurion, Go thy way, as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the selfsame hour. So be it done unto thee. Nothing was really done unto the centurion. The servant was healed. But because the servant is under the covering of the centurion, it's the same thing. Matthew 15. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coasts, and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. Then Jesus answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt. and her daughter was made whole from that very hour. Same principle. And again, the same thing in Mark 7 we see. The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by nation, and she besought him that he would cast forth the devil out of her daughter. And he said unto her, For this saying, go thy way, the devil is gone out of thy daughter. So was the daughter righteous? We don't know. Did the daughter have any faith at all? We don't know. Didn't matter. The mother did, and that's all that did matter, because the daughter was under her covering. Matthew 17, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is lunatic and sore vexed, and oft time he faileth into the fire, and oft into the water. And the same story in Mark 9. And one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which hath a dumb spirit. Jesus said unto him, If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And straightway the father of the child cried out, and said with tears, Lord, I believe. Help thou mine unbelief. And the spirit cried, and rent him, the son, sore, and came out of the son, and he was as one dead, insomuch as many said, He is dead. But Jesus took him by the hand, and lifted him up, and he arose. Again, we know nothing of the son. All we know is that the father believed, and the son was healed. Matthew 20. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, to give his life a ransom for many. Same thing in Mark 10. For even the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, and to give his life a ransom for many. Yeshua is our covering. Matthew 21. And all things, whatsoever ye ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. As we've seen previously, we can ask for other people. If they are under our covering, if they are part of our household, general household, they will be saved. Matthew 26. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many, for the remissions of sins. And the same in Luke 22. And he took bread and gave thanks, and brake it, and gave unto them, saying, This is my blood, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. Likewise also the cup after supper, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood, which is shed for you. So it's basically essential to our salvation that there is household salvation. Right? Individual salvation, yes, we will die for our own sins, but, right? But we can be, if we are part of the household of faith, we are covered by the blood of that above us, our King, right? Hezekiah prayed and healed the people at the Passover. Yeshua died, and his blood will heal us. It is shed for us. Without that, we have no salvation. We cannot do it ourselves. So individual salvation, to me, does not ring true at all. Just by the plan of salvation itself, we needed to have household salvation. Abraham, the blessings came through. Right? Moses saved the congregation multiple times. The kings throughout the history saved their people, or, as we'll see in the next section, cursed their people. But let's finish with the blessings. John 4. Jesus said unto him, Go thy way, thy son liveth. And the man believed the word that Jesus had spoken unto him, and went his way. So the father knew that it was at the same hour in the which Jesus said unto him, Thy son liveth, and himself believed, and his whole house. Right, so we know nothing of the son, just like the woman and her daughter. We know nothing of the son, whether he was righteous or not. Doesn't matter. The man believed, the father, the covering of the house, believed, and the son was healed. Acts 11. Who shall tell thee words whereby thou and all thy house shall be saved? Acts 27. Saying, Fear not, Paul, thou must be brought before Caesar, and lo, God has given thee all them that sail with thee. All the men in the boat were saved for Paul's sake. Romans 5. For as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous. So there we see a blessing and a curse. We are all cursed for Adam's sake. Right? So Adam sinned, we are all sinners. But by Yeshua's obedience, we are all made righteous. Household. All right, so here are the curses. Genesis 12. And Yah plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. Genesis 20. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, know thou that thou shalt surely die, thou and all that are thine. For Yah had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. So Abimelech had the responsibility. If he restores Sarah, not only does he live, but everyone lives. If he doesn't restore her, not only does he die, but everyone in his house will die. Exodus 20. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yah thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Exodus 34. Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children, unto the third and the fourth generation. Leviticus 10. And Moses said unto Aaron, and unto Eleazar, and unto Ithamar his sons, Uncover not your heads, neither rend your clothes, lest ye die, and lest wrath come upon all the people. But let your brethren, the whole house of Israel, bewail the burning which Yah has kindled. Leviticus 20. And if the people of the land do anyways hide their eyes from the man, when he giveth of his seed unto Moloch, and kill him not, then I will set my face against that man, and against his family, and will cut him off, and all that go whoring after him, to commit whoredom with Moloch from among the people. Numbers 14. Yah is long-suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people, according to the greatness of thy mercy, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt up until now. And Yah said, I have pardoned according to thy word. Thy prayer was accepted, for all of the people are now pardoned, because of the head of the congregation. Number 16. Separate yourself from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell on their faces and said, O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation? Number 16. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all their goods. Deuteronomy 5. Thou shalt not bow thyself unto them, nor serve them, for I, Yah thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the fathers unto the children, unto the third and fourth generation, of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commands. Deuteronomy 22. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, that thou bring not blood upon thine house, if any man fall from thence. Joshua 7. But the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accursed thing. For Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, Achan took of the accursed thing, and the anger of Yah was kindled against the children of Israel. And the men of Ai smote of them about 36 men, for they chased them from before the gate even unto Shebarim, and smote them in the going down. Wherefore the hearts of the people melted and became as water. So the 36 men who had nothing to do with what Achan did, they died because of what Achan did. Now it said before, Achan took of the accursed thing. Now in verse 11 we see Israel hath sinned, and they have transgressed my covenant which I commanded them. For they have even taken of the accursed thing, and have stolen and dissembled also. And they have put it even among their own stuff. Achan did that, one person. And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan, the son of Zerah, and the silver, and the garment, and the wedge of gold, and his sons, and his daughters, and his oxen, and his asses, and his sheep, and his tent, and all that he had, and they brought them unto the valley of Achor, and they stoned them and then burned them. So we can see here, Achan, one person did it, 36 men died, and Yah says, Israel have sinned, for they have even taken of the accursed thing, when one person did it. Joshua 22. But that ye must turn away this day from following Yah, and it will be, seeing ye rebel today against Yah, that tomorrow he will be wroth with the whole congregation of Israel. Joshua 22. Did not Achan the son of Zerah commit a trespass in the accursed thing, and wrath fell on all the congregation of Israel? And that man perished not alone in his iniquity. 1 Samuel 3. In that day I will perform against Eli all the things which I have spoken concerning his house. When I begin, I will also make an end. For I have told him that I will judge his house forever for the iniquity which he knoweth, because his sons made themselves vile, and he restrained them not. Right? So he is in charge of his sons. Because he did not control his sons, his entire house is now going to be punished. And therefore I have sworn unto the house of Eli that the iniquity of Eli's house shall not be purged with sacrifice nor offering forever. 1 Samuel 5 and 6. But the hand of Yah was heavy upon them of Ashdod, and he destroyed them and smote them with emerods, even Ashdod and the coasts thereof. And it was so, that after they had carried it about, the hand of Yah was against the city with a very great destruction, and he smote the men of the city, both small and great, and they had emerods in their secret parts. Therefore they sent the ark of God to Ekron, and it came to pass, as the ark of God came to Ekron, that the Ekronites cried out, saying, They have brought about the ark of God of Israel to us, to slay us and our people. So they sent and gathered together all the lords of the Philistines, and said, Send away the ark of the God of Israel, and let it go again to his place, that it slay us not and our people. And there was a deadly destruction throughout all the city, and the hand of God was very heavy there. And the men that died not were smitten with the emerods, and the cry of the city went up to heaven. Then said they, the lords, What shall be the trespass offering which we shall return to him? And they, the priests, answered, 5 golden emerods and 5 golden mice, according to the number of the lords of the Philistines. For one plague was on you all, and on your lords. So there were 10 lords, and the entire cities, plural, are being stricken. All right, I'm just sitting in my house. I'm an Ekronite, just sitting in my house doing nothing. Don't know the ark of God is anywhere near us. And all of a sudden, people are dropping dead in the house, and there's emerods everywhere. And it's like, what happened? I don't know what happened. I don't know why it's happening. The entire city was stricken because of the acts of 10 people. 1 Samuel 15. Thus saith Yah of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. This is hundreds of years ago now. This is King Saul. Now go and smite Amalek. Amalek's long dead, and utterly destroy all they have, and spare them not, but slay both man and women, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. Hundreds of years ago, the curse is passed down to the children. And Saul said unto the Kenites, Go depart, get you down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For ye showed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. That's like their great-grandparents, maybe even farther, great-great-grandparents. But it's ye. You showed kindness to the children of Israel. Did they? Maybe, maybe not. But their ancestors did. So the curse gets, or the blessing in this case, gets passed down to the Kenites. The curse gets passed down to the Amalekites for something that Amalek did long before they were born. 2 Samuel 3. And afterward, when David heard it, he said, I and my kingdom are guiltless before Yah forever, from the blood of Abner the son of Ner. Let it rest on the head of Joab, and on all his father's house. And let there not fail from the house of Joab one that hath an issue, or that is a leper, or that leaneth on a staff, or that falleth on the sword, or that lacketh bread. So David knew if he didn't do anything, the entire kingdom, as well as himself, were going to be guilty for Joab's actions. And because of Joab's actions, the entire house and his ancestors are now cursed. 2 Samuel 12. Now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house, because thou hast despised me, and taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife. And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against Yah. And Nathan said unto David, Yah has also put away thy sin. Thou shalt not die. Howbeit, because by this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of Yah to blaspheme, the child that is born unto thee shall surely die. Now, there's covenants involved, there's promises involved, so it looks as if the covenant takes precedent over the individual law. Right? So the swearing, the words that come out of the mouth, supersede the actual law itself. So Yah, in this case, was able to keep David alive because of the covenant. And in doing so, there still needed to be blood shed. So the child, unfortunately, suffered because of that. Psalm 89. His seed also will I make to endure forever, and his throne as the days of heaven. If his children forsake my law, and walk not in my judgments, if they break my statutes, and keep not my commands, then will I visit their transgressions with the rod, and their iniquity with stripes. Nevertheless, my loving kindness will I not utterly take from him, nor suffer my faithfulness to fail. My covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that is gone out of my lips. 2 Samuel 24. And David spake unto Yah, when he saw the angel that smote the people, and said, Lo, I have sinned, I have done wickedly, but these sheep, what have they done? let thine hand, I pray thee, be against me and against my father's house. And the same thing in 1 Chronicles 21. And God was displeased with this thing, therefore he smote Israel. And David said unto God, I have sinned greatly, because I have done this thing. And now I beseech thee, do away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly. So Yah sent pestilence upon Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men. And David said unto God, is it not I that commanded the people to be numbered? Even I it is that have sinned, and have done evil indeed. But as for these sheep, what have they done? Let thine hand, I pray thee, O Lord my God, be upon me, and upon my father's house, but not upon the people, that they should be plagued. But David is the king. He is the father of Israel, as it were. He is the leader of the household of Israel. So because he did something wrong, the household suffers. 1 Kings 14. Therefore, behold, I will bring evil upon the house of Jeroboam, and I will cut off from Jeroboam him that pisseth against the wall. I'm pretty sure that phrase means all males. And him that is shut up and left in Israel. And I will take away the remnant of the house of Jeroboam, as a man taketh away dung, till it be all gone. Because Jeroboam set up 2 golden calves. 1 Kings 15. And it came to pass when he reigned, that he smote all the house of Jeroboam, and left not unto Jeroboam any that breathed, until he had destroyed him, according to the saying of Yah, which he spake by his servant Ahijah the Shilonite, because of the sins of Jeroboam which he sinned, which he made Israel sin, by his provocation wherewith he provoked Yah, God of Israel, to anger. 1 Kings 16. Behold, I will take away the posterity of Baasha, and the posterity of his house. And I will make thy house like the house of Jeroboam the son of Nebat. And also by the hand of the prophet Jehu, the son of Hanani, came the word of Yah against Baasha, and against his house, even for all that he did in the sight of Yah, in provoking him to anger with the works of his hands, in being like the house of Jeroboam, and because he killed him. And it came to pass, when he began to reign, as soon as he sat on his throne, that he slew all the house of Baasha, and left him not one that pisseth against a wall, neither of his kinsfolk, nor of his friends. Thus did Zimri destroy all the house of Baasha. It was not only blood relations, according to the word of Yah, which he spake against Baasha by Jehu the prophet. 1 Kings 21. Seest thou how Ahab humbleth himself before me? Because he humbleth himself before me, I will not bring the evil in his days, but in his son's days will I bring the evil upon his house. 2 Kings 5. The leprosy of Naaman shall cleave unto thee, and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from his presence as a leper, as white as snow. 2 Kings 9. And thou shalt smite the house of Ahab thy master, that I may avenge the blood of my servants the prophets, and the blood of all the servants of Yah, at the hand of Jezebel. So Jezebel is the head of the house of Ahab. For the whole house of Ahab shall perish because of Jezebel's actions. And I will cut off from Ahab him that pisseth against the wall, and him that is shut up and left in Israel. 2 Kings 23. Notwithstanding, Yah turned not from the fierceness of his great wrath, wherewith his anger was kindled against Judah, because of all the provocations that Manasseh had provoked him withal. 2 Kings 24. Surely at the commandment of Yah came this upon Judah, to remove them out of his sight for the sins of Manasseh the king, according to all that he Manasseh did, and also for the innocent blood that Manasseh shed, for he filled Jerusalem with innocent blood, which Yah would not pardon. 2 Chronicles 21. Behold, with a great plague will Yah smite thy people, and thy children, and thy wives, and all thy goods. And they came up into Judah, and brake into it, and carried away all the substance that was found in the king's house, and his sons also, and his wives, so that there was never a son left him, save Jehoahaz, the youngest of his sons. 2 Chronicles 28. For Yah brought Judah low, because of Ahaz, king of Israel, for he made Judah naked and transgressed sore against Yah. 2 Chronicles 32. But Hezekiah rendered not again according to the benefit done unto him, for his heart was lifted up. Therefore there was wrath upon him, and upon Judah and Jerusalem. Jeremiah 8. The wise men were ashamed. They are dismayed and taken. Lo, they have rejected the word of Yah, and what wisdom is in them. Therefore will I give their wives unto others, and their fields to them that shall inherit them. For everyone from the least even unto the greatest is given to covetousness. From the prophets even unto the priest every one dealeth falsely. So the wise men are not doing what they're supposed to, therefore their wives are going to be punished. Jeremiah 11. Therefore thus saith Yah of the men of Anathoth that seek thy life, saying, Prophesy not in the name of Yah, that thou die not by our hand. Therefore thus saith Yah of hosts, Behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword, their sons and their daughters shall die by famine. And there shall be no remnant of them, for I will bring evil upon the men of Anathoth, even the year of their visitation. Jeremiah 14. And the people to whom they prophesy shall be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem, because of the famine and the sword, and they shall have none to bury them, their wives, nor their sons, nor their daughters, for I will pour their wickedness on them. Jeremiah 15. And I will cause them to be removed into all kingdoms of the earth because of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, king of Judah, for that which Manasseh did in Jerusalem. Jeremiah 20. And thou, Pashur, and all that dwell in thine house, shall go into captivity, and thou shalt come to Babylon, and there thou shalt die, and shall be buried there, thou and all thy friends, to whom thou hast prophesied lies. Lamentation 5. Our fathers have sinned, and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. Ezekiel 23. And the company shall stone them with stones, and dispatch them with their swords. They shall slay their sons and their daughters, and burn up their houses with fire. Daniel 6. And the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel, and cast them into the den of lions, them, their children, and their wives. And the lions had the mastery over them, and brake all their bones in pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den. Hosea 2. And I will not have mercy upon her children, for they be the children of whoredoms. Hosea 4. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no more priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. Matthew 18. Forasmuch as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife, and his children, and all that he had, and payment to be made. Matthew 22. And the remnant took his servants, and entreated them spitefully, and slew them. But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and sent forth his armies, and destroyed those murderers, and burned up their city. Matthew 27. When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but rather a tumult was made, he took water, and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See ye to it. Then answered all the people, and said, His blood be on us, and on our children.